Hi guys, happy Monday. I figured I would switch it up today and I'm going to be doing a video about the Disney princesses and which astrological sun sign they are, in my personal opinion. Before I jump into that, I just want to say thank you everybody for your support on my horoscope videos. If I didn't directly comment back to a comment you made or anything like that, just because, you know, a lot came in at once, so it wasn't intentional, but I just wanted to thank anybody that was supportive of those videos because it was something new on my channel. Just sort of as a way of saying thanks, I'm doing a small giveaway. So I've told you guys that I work with the app Instant Go, and basically all it is it's kind of like a text message conversation with me. Maybe I'll show something on the screen next to me. But it's basically like a text message convo, pretty casual. I use it as a way to answer questions for you guys because a lot of you will come to me with like relationship questions or astrological questions, and it's a good way to get in touch with me if you don't want to, you know, do a full birth chart reading, because I understand that not everybody is looking for that and just kind of has like one or two questions that they want answered. So for today, Instant Go was nice enough to give away 20 free questions. So if you have to be a new user to qualify, but if you have never used the app, this is the perfect opportunity for you. The first 20 users to click on the link down below will get a free question to ask me. It can be anything, you know, related to astrology, tarot, you know, anything to do with like your current relationship, a personal question you've been wondering about, maybe you're curious what job you'd be good at, something along those lines. So just you can look down in my info box below for all the nitty-gritty details, but just make sure you're a new user, and the first 20 people today will get to ask me a question for free. I just want to warn you though that the first question is free, but if you ask me a second one after that, then you do get charged $2. It's kind of like a text message conversation, like I was saying, so just be aware of that. I don't want anybody surprised with any, like, you know, surprise fees or anything, so just ask the most detailed question you can initially, and then that way you don't have to ask a second question if you weren't looking to pay today. So this is just a free way to get in touch with me. I think it's really casual and easy, and I thought it was really nice of them to offer to do this, so just check out my info box down below for all the details. So I'm just gonna go straight down the list, Aries to Pisces, and say my personal opinion of who, you know, which Disney princess best fits that sign. Now, I will say it was tough. Some of the princesses fit multiple signs. And some of the signs it was hard to pick a princess for, but I picked one for every sign. And if you disagree with anything I'm saying, totally fine. We all have our own opinions. But this is just kind of like what came to me for each sign right off the bat, like the princess I thought fit best. Aries. So for Aries, I picked Moana. She always comes across to me as very brave, very strong and courageous. You know, she seems pretty athletic. And I feel like she is the best fit for an Aries, in my opinion. You know, she's pretty quick. She seems to be a little bit argumentative at times, sometimes a little bit impulsive, but for the most part, she just comes across to me as like very brave, you know, and a leader. For Taurus, I picked Sleeping Beauty, or also known as Aurora. The reason I picked this for Taurus is because, you know, I wanted to include her, and she's like a very graceful princess, which I think is a good, you know, pairing with Taurus. And she's also Sleeping Beauty. She's beautiful. Also, you know, gives me Taurus vibes. And another thing is, you know, she sleeps a lot of the movies, so I'm not saying Taurus sleeps, but they are very routine based and they're not, you know, super adventurous, so I figured I'd pick her because she's kind of chillin' a lot of the movie, but in a very beautiful, graceful way. So for Gemini, I had a couple that I was debating with for this one, but I ended up picking Ariel, and the reason I picked her from The Little Mermaid is because she's very curious. You know, she has all these collections and she just really wants to explore the world around her and learn, you know, everything that the world has to offer, and she feels kind of trapped by being a mermaid because of this. So I picked her because she kind of wants, she could easily be a Sagittarius as well, but I picked her for Gemini because I feel like she's just overall very curious. She's bored, you know, she wants to experience life, you know, on feet instead of fins. So that is why I picked Ariel for Gemini. For Cancer, I ended up picking Snow White, and again, this one was between Snow White and Cinderella, but for Snow White, I picked her because she can be a little bit of a motherly figure. You know, she's very kind and nurturing to the dwarves, and I just saw her instantly as a Cancer. I mean, I could see her as a Libra as well. I think I would see her more as a Cancer, so I think that is the best match there. When it comes to Leo, I ended up going with Mulan, and the reason I went with Mulan is because she's, you know, brave, she is a natural leader, and she's very loyal as well, so I thought that she was a good fit for Leo. She definitely took a risk in her movie, so I think that Leos can be courageous in that way, and also great leaders. For Virgo, this one, I never wavered on. I picked Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and the reason I picked Belle is because, she's very smart, and she's very, analytical, in fact, that she reads all the time, and she's inquisitive, and she's a little bit more reserved, and I just definitely saw Virgo with Belle right away. I just think they're the perfect match for one another. Libra, I ended up picking Anna from Frozen, and the reason I picked her is just because I honestly watched the movie for the first time last night, and I just saw her as, she's fair and she's kind, but she's also, a little bit indecisive. First she's with Hans, and then she's with Kristoff, so to me, she's a little bit of a romantic as well, and she just kind of struck me as a Libra. Scorpio, I did have a tough time with this one for some reason, and I ended up picking Jasmine from Aladdin, and I saw Jasmine as also a bit of an Aries, but I could see her as a Scorpio as well. She's the kind of person, she's passionate, but she's also got a bit of a sharp tongue to her, and she, when she makes up her mind, like, that's it. There's no one swaying her decisions. So I saw her, as a little bit cunning, but clever, and I thought she made a good Scorpio, and she kind of looks like a Scorpio with those beautiful eyes, so, and she's caring at the end of the day, so I could see her as being a definite Scorpio. So now we're going to move on to Sagittarius, which is another one where I had a little bit of trouble with, but I ended up picking Cinderella. And the reason I picked Cinderella is because she's an optimistic princess. She's in a crappy situation, but she's always got hope that, things will turn around for her. She's not greedy. She's very humble. And, she wants something else out of life. Like, she sees the grass as greener, out of her current situation, which, of course, it ends up being that way. But she's willing to, take a chance and spread her wings a bit in order for her to experience life in a happier way. And she has that hope and positivity inside of her that makes, the whole movie possible. And she also has luck on her side. Like, she has a fairy godmother that appears out of, literally nowhere. Sagittarius, they always have, a little bit of luck on their side. For Capricorn, I ended up picking Elsa. And the reason I picked Elsa is because, she gets cursed with this bad thing, but she's quite the hard worker. She really does try to work on her powers because she feels bad about the effects that they have on other people, and she's very family oriented. Her sister is very important to her, and Capricorns are very family oriented, but she holds on to things a little bit, and she's very, very hard on herself. Her theme song is Let It Go, and Capricorns can be notorious for being a little too nostalgic about the past and holding on to things when they really just need to let it go. So I thought she was a good pick for that. And she's also Frozen, winter based. Capricorns can be a little bit aloof if you don't know them very well, but she, underneath all that is very caring and kind and funny. And she's also winter based, and Capricorn is a winter sign, so there's that as well. Aquarius, I ended up picking Merida, and I have to be honest, I've never seen this movie. But I have seen previews for it, and I know a little bit about the character. I picked her, Merida from Brave, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, because she seems to be, a bit rebellious, beats to her own drum, wants to do her own thing, and Aquarius is known for being, all of those things, so I thought she was a really good example of an Aquarius. I could see her as being a couple other signs as well, based on what I know about her, but I thought, having that independent streak where she wants to do her own thing despite what anybody else is telling her to do is just very Aquarius. For Pisces, I was split between Rapunzel and Pocahontas, but I ended up picking Pocahontas because Pocahontas is very compassionate, and I think she's, very in tune with the world around her, very empathetic, and just very caring. She really cares about nature and animals, and that just strikes me as very Pisces, because Pisces are very empathetic people. They can be very caring about the people around them. They are compassionate souls, so I felt like that was a really good, princess for the Pisces sign. That is the Disney princesses, Aries through Pisces, in my personal opinion. If you totally disagree with anything I've said, let me know down below. But if you enjoyed this video and want to see future videos, with this kind of theme, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in my next video, and have a good day or night. Bye! So, like, look at me. I'm still drinking out of a Christmas mug. I'm a Capricorn. I really need to let it go, you know? Let it go! I throw it, it slams off my wall and breaks into like a million pieces. A little dramatic.